When chapter 1010 released, everybody was shocked, including myself. We finally get to see how characters use Conqueror's haki in a fight, besides turning fathers into lifeless puppets. We finally learn why many individuals fear it and how useful it was in battle. When Luffy realized that Conqueror's haki can be coded with his fist, I always assumed that he learned to apply this right away because of his armament training. I still think this was the case, and I think it's a really clever way for Oda to hide this power-up. It's still a surprise while also having a good build-up and clues, but this power-up is really fucking stupid, and I'm gonna tell you why. Before I even get to Conquerors, I already see the problems with the new techniques of armament as it was introduced in 939. This is connected. This has always been a problem for a while, but back then it's not really that big of a deal. Actually, it's still a problem, to be honest. Let's go even further back to post-time skip Sabaody. I mean, yeah, it's obvious whenever someone's using armament, especially when a character hits or touches a Logia. Sometimes the dialogue and the personality of the characters can tell you a lot, whether or not they're holding back or not, whether or not they're getting arrogant and getting cocky. My point is, this power system relies a lot on context, dialogue, and visual cues. But context can be interpreted differently. So when visual cues are sometimes missing, we have different interpretations. We rely on the dialogue more, but it's not like the dialogue exists everywhere. Sometimes it's not. So that's a headache again. And that leads to countless debates. Even today, 1160 chapters in, as I'm recording this video, we are still debating on what the fuck is going on. The visual cues and context are there so we know what's going on. Same thing with dialogue. And if it's not there, there should be a purpose behind it, right? Just as there should be a purpose on putting some type of visual effect on an attack or learning that a character uses a move, it should also be the same vice versa. Once we're treading through the advanced versions of haki, you realize how much it matters. Oda can get away with this pre-time skip ago, but post-time skip, we should have consistency by now. Conqueror's haki suffers the same treatment, and in my opinion, it's worse. First, it's vague information. When Luffy realized that Conqueror's haki can also coat his fists, that left with implications. First question was Conqueror's haki also mimicking emission and internal damage, like a complete copy of what armament can do? Were they stacking between each other, or was Conqueror's haki just boosting armament abilities? And if so, can Conqueror's haki also boost observation haki techniques like future sight? Second is the multiple visual indicators. There's 3 alleged ways to know if a character was using Conqueror's haki coding nowadays. First one was shown in 1010. Luffy's not touching Kaido and there's thick lightning sparks behind it. Second one was in chapter 1011, where we see the lightning trails on both Kaido and Luffy. Then the third one was lightning sparks only. So on top of the fact that Oda doesn't sometimes include visual cues, we also get extra confusion on what the fuck Conqueror's coding even looks like. Combine that with advanced armament, emission, or internal damage, and you see how much shit we as the readers have to deal with it. Haki being invisible doesn't work anymore. Haki being visually inconsistent doesn't work anymore. Oda needs to be precise on his intentions on whether or not someone's using haki, especially when we're thousands of chapters in. It's not good enough. Whenever he establishes something in an arc, sometimes he doesn't show them anymore. We have to make do with dialogue. And after that, we assume that every attack that someone does are automatically being used. But what do you think? Comment down below, and maybe I'm fucking tripping, but at the same time, this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? This is what I feel. And yeah, we're still dealing with inconsistency. It's stupid is what I mean. Okay, peace.